today's the day. A little late, but not too late. We're going over the loadout, and before we get into that, coffee. I also want to start with some performance stuff, some check-in. Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. As a dad, as a person who went on vacation. So I went on vacation this past week. Just got back yesterday, and in going on vacation, I took my Nintendo Switch with everything else that we had, right? And I had the new Loadout, which I'll be sharing with you guys, and I had to deal with firsthand the battery situation. And I will say that battery-wise, it was challenging, to say the least. I definitely ran into a little bit of management things. And so with the battery, I noticed that there were a few tricks that I would implement to try to extend the battery life as much as possible. And trick number one is you're going to want to try to keep your Nintendo Switch on airplane mode when you're not home. Number one most important thing, airplane mode. Oh, hey Donkey Kong. Didn't even see you there, so hey. Another thing that I definitely spent a good amount of time doing is making sure that my screen brightness was within reach. I was fortunate enough that I played my Switch a majority of the time first thing in the morning, and so I was at a hotel or a condo, whatever they're called, and so first thing in the morning the whole family's asleep, so I'm playing on lowest brightness mode, airplane mode. For some perspective, I didn't do, of course, uninterrupted gameplay, so this is our extrapolated numbers based on 30-minute increments, but if you're playing something like Final Fantasy VII, or not Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, you can expect to get multiple, 5-ish hours on lowest settings, airplane mode. That's what I was getting. And I know what you're thinking, JD, how could you be so into health and also drink out of a plastic cup? When you're drinking out of the 1996 plastic cups from Pizza Hut, you can't get sick. Literally, this has hose water in it. I just put hose water in my 1996 red plastic Cambro cups that I got for 8 for $12 from Amazon. I'm never gonna get sick again. Delicious. This is unhinged, dude. Welcome back to the cups, bro. Oh man. Anyway, so that's managing the battery. I think that brightness and connectivity and all these things are a big thing to consider when using your Nintendo Switch 2. I think that those things could definitely, I mean, it was shown. Did I get water on me? I did. I look like such a schlumpack. Those things are definitely shown to create or be taxing on the battery. Now, when it comes to Mario Kart 8, which I played a ton because I'm trying to 100% it, and by 100% it, I don't mean 100% the free roam mode, because the free roam mode offers no sort of accomplishment for completing everything. 100% as in get all 3-star golds on the Grand Prix and all 3-star golds on the knockout mode, because that makes you feel good inside. In trying to do that, I played a ton of Mario Kart, and I noticed with airplane mode, I got about 20% additional life. Now, this isn't definitive, yes, 20% increased, because, no. I'm just telling you that I feel like I got around 20 extra % by going at least on airplane mode, and I was never playing on full settings. Now, I played all 4 days of vacation, whether it was during nap time, right before bed, right when I woke up. All of this, I played on the Nintendo Switch 2, handheld mode, never hooked it into a TV, and I did some tabletop gaming with the controller I brought. I'm currently trying to go through my Good Boys series here. Donkey Kong Country. I want to get through all the Donkey Kong countries before Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, and the cup that will be coming out next will be about my reaction to the Donkey Kong Bonanza. But that experience, I actually played on this controller. So this is part of my interchangeable EDC. First thing to show is the Nintendo Switch Super Nintendo controller. I find myself to be drawn to this controller more than other ones because of a couple things. One, latency-wise, it is, I think, one of the best, if not the best, low latency, no latency situations I can get. This is, as I said, interchangeable. I have another one that's packed in my bag right now to show, but right now I'm actually, I think I might be having this in my bag more than the other one. And until another company comes out with, I think I have it down here, this, which is the Nintendo Switch Pro controller, the first one. It's a hard case. and it just perfectly protects it. This was by TomTalk. Until TomTalk or someone releases another one for the Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, then I'm gonna be running the secondary controller that you'll be witnessing here. I honestly think that the Nintendo Switch Pro controller is the best controller that I've ever used, and so that would be my main, but since it doesn't have a protective case that is this robust, I'm not willing to sacrifice the potential, the damage. I don't want to damage a $90 controller by just throwing it in my backpack. And so that is going to be left at home. Now, almost done brewing this cup, so we'll get into all the EDC. This EDC is going to include a couple of my wearables that I use, and this is like literally my EDC, but it is going to be the unequivocal Loadout. The once was Deck Daddy, but now is the Portable Papa Loady. So, without further ado, let's pour off some of this coffee, finish our agua because it's important. 6 weeks. I'm on 6 weeks now of consistent working out and 3 weeks of consistent eating right. I'm really trying to make huge changes in my life when it comes to health and wellness in general. Okay, don't have a coaster. Didn't plan ahead. So, we will use Princess Peach's Showtime. Hopefully that doesn't screw up the box. Okay, let's get ourselves a green cup for Luigi. We'll get this guy right here. We're gonna pour off. Bad idea. It's a bad idea to do it this way, but we're gonna pour this off right now. And we're gonna start off with, this is so much fun. I love doing this. Okay, the bag. What you see right here is a upgrade / downgrade. This is the Goruck GR1. Now I'll show you with it on. I don't have any B-roll for you. This is all gonna be live, right? This is what it looks like on. It's not crazy. It's not super big. I am 5'10", currently weigh 193 pounds, and this is what we got here, right? I wear a size extra large shirt. It is a very, very comfortable bag. I had the GR2 for the longest time. That was my old bag. I say upgrade because this is the newer GR1. Downgrade because this is not as big as my GR2. So the GR2 is a 40 liter. This is the 26 liter. So it's smaller. And a reason why I did that was because the GR2 is so big. And since my kids no longer have diaper bags, although my son is in diapers, I don't need to have as much of that ready to go at all times. Now you'll notice that there is this center strap, additional $10 to buy, but again, GR1 in black camo. So the features of this bag are incredible. The price of this bag is not incredible. It's nice and expensive, but let's start with one of the reasons why I decided to go with the GR1 was size. The other was because the new updated Goruck series no longer focuses much on their rucking, because they have a bag designed specifically for the ruck events. If you know who Goruck is, then you can figure that, you'll know what that is. They have now this top pouch. This is huge because I have sunglasses. My sunglasses are by Heatwave. These are the extra large, gosh, I don't even know which ones they're called, but these are the extra large versions of whatever these are. They don't have them here. And they're also rated Z87, so they're safety for firearms and stuff. And so these are my glasses. These are always in here, right? And then also what I keep in here is the best ever lip balm, whatever you want to call this, Carmex. If you know, you know. Dude, not even a stick. We're talking the Carmex, baby. Best ever, hands down. And then what else do we have in here? I have my AirPods. I'm an Apple user. I use the iPhone, which is right up here recording the downward, so I can't show you it. I have the last gen iPhone because iPhone hasn't made any sort of generational leaps. And so I use the AirPod Pro, the newest AirPod Pros. These unfortunately have lightning. I want to switch out the case, but I'm not going to spend the money on it. So this is what it is. So that's in this bag. This top pouch, this is like seriously the biggest, most, it's waterproof. This is like the biggest addition. My GR2 does not have this top pouch. Now, here's the biggest difference between the two other than the liter size. It's a little bit shorter, so it doesn't fit as weird on the back, but also it doesn't have a secondary pocket. So it's just one main pocket. And so we'll start with the front pocket. What I keep in here are my quick to go items. My wedding ring, right? Yes, I did that on purpose. This is where I'm working out. I'll throw it in there. I have my wedding ring, which is just a nice, because I lost the diamond one. I don't know where that went. It's somewhere in my house. This is just a, that's not even sterling steel. I think it's stainless steel, pirate ship. Oh, delicious Colombian coffee. And then I have my wallet. This is my Tanner Goods trifold wallet. Yes, it's a big boy and it sticks out of the back. when I wear it, but I love this wallet. It is beautiful, patina as well. It ages well. I love leather goods. Leather and iron is like a channel I wanted to make about like leather goods and cast iron, but whatever, I'm not gonna do that. I love leather goods. As much leather goods as I can. I wear Red Wing boots all the time, Birkenstocks for the casual wear. Like, I love leather goods. They're so awesome. And these guys are the best. And let me tell you a story. So I was in a really bad car accident. I was on a motorcycle. My wallet was attached to my hip with a leash, and I got hit, and one of these whatever these are called, the buttons, ripped out. Contacted them. I just said, hey, my wallet broke. I was in a bad motorcycle accident. They said, say less, keep the wallet. We'll send you a new one. Or we can repair it for you if it holds sentimental value, but we still want to send you a new one. They sent me a brand new one. I love it. This wallet is one I remember seeing a buddy, and it just like opens up like this. He was wearing this. It sticks, as I said, it doesn't fully go in. It sticks out like this. People are always like, your wallet's gonna fall out. And I'm like, no, I do that on purpose. And I have a leather, I hook it to this. I have like a leather thing that I wear with. Anyway. Love the wallet. When I'm wearing it out, usually it's just right here in the front. People are like, oh no, people know where it is. They're gonna steal it from you. Trust me, if you get that close to me, I either know you, and if I don't know you, you're gonna have bigger fish to fry if you get that close to me. I have an American flag patch here that's made out of leather as well. Yes, a leather American flag. And then we get into the main compartment. Now, I did this with my first video, and my buddy's daughter was like, I love when you did that. So I'm gonna do it again. What I like about Goruck bags is it's a full clamshell, so you can rip it open. They don't suggest you do it this way, but the zippers are new too, so it's not as easy. These zippers are good, but all you gotta do, I wouldn't do this all the time, is you have them kind of, and you can just pull it. These are new zippers, so it doesn't do it as easily. On older zippers, you can just pull this thing and it opens up super quick, right? And then we're faced with the goodies, okay? And I'll get to the Nintendo Switch last because viewer retention, but I'm gonna get to it. So first in the GR1 pouch, if you guys can see, let's take a little hit of this coffee. We have the front, right? Please, Goruck, don't get mad at me for doing that to the zippers. This is our first little area. It's an enclosed area. In this, I keep some quick and easies. I have electrolyte pouches, LMNT. Always, if I'm feeling low, take some electrolytes. That's good. I keep 2 pouches in there at all times. 2 is 1, 1 is none, okay? I also have Breathe Right strips, right? I keep about 4 or 5 in here at all times. I have a super broken nose from those car accidents, so I keep those in there. And then I have this. This is my pen case. It's falling apart. It's chipped. It's gross. It's some random case from the internet. I need to get a new one. This is actually kind of disgusting. And in here are my pens and pencils, which you'll notice I have a pencil sharpener. I use pencils. Yes, this is a Mitsubishi pencil. This is the, which one is this? The HB. So this is the Mitsubishi. Do they have the number on here? 9852. I also have Palomino Black Wings. If you know, you know. I have one felt tip. I have a Rotring mechanical, which I don't really use the mechanical. And everyone at all times should always have a Sharpie in their bag. So I have a Sharpie as well. And so that's this. I'll be honest, I use the pencil the most. The Rotring mechanical, I wanted to get into mechanical pencils. I just don't like the feel. And so that's going to be what is in there. Let's put this back in here just so that I have it all set to go. In this smaller pouch, we have a couple things. We have my pen, which is either on my hip. It's usually not just floating in there. This is by Tactile Turn. It is like a really, really satisfying. It goes down like this, and I keep an ultra fine 0.38 tip in this. And so this is, I love this pen. And then I have my kind of thicker paper Rhodia notebook that I journal in. So this is in this bag. In this area, I also keep my extra controller, which is loose right now. And I'll show you what controller I'm switching out with this. And I'll do it actually right here live in here. So I have this controller right here. So this is a little controller case I got on Amazon. This controller case has the 8BitDo SN30 Pro Hall effect sensors. This guy, it's a great controller. It is updated. It works with the Switch 2. It's fine. I'm going to put the Nintendo Switch 1 in here. It's a great controller, honestly. 8BitDo, the 3 controllers to go for is the SN30 Pro, the Pro 2, or their new other controller, and we'll talk about that in a video to come. But this, I'm just not going to use it. And so I'm going to put in the Super Nintendo controller, and I'm going to put this where it belongs, which is going to be in this little flex pouch And we're gonna take the pen out of the flex pouch and put this where this belongs, which is right on my hip, because when someone says, hey, I need you to sign something, or can I borrow a pen? You want to be the guy that says, I have a pen. You do not want to be the guy asking for a pen, because everyone knows that one guy in class that's always like, hey, do you have a pen? Don't be that guy, pal. Don't be that guy. This coffee's great. Okay, let's get into some of the extra stuff. So we have the Switch in the Savage Raven case. This is going to be the bread and butter. This is the loady, guys. Okay, before we get that, we get the superfluous stuff. Cables. This is a little cable bag by Chrome Industries. I don't love Chrome Industries. I just don't. Their stuff is fine. It's for bike messengers. This is just a bag I had laying around. It's good enough. It's flexible. It's not hard. And it has a little handle if I want to clip it. It's fine. And in here are just cables. Goody cables. And because Genki's docks do not work with the Nintendo Switch 2 anymore, these two, this is the Covert Dock 2 and then the Covert Dock Mini, are just charging bricks. That's all. They charge my phone, they charge my devices, and they do that fine. These both do that just fine. Now, a thing I ran into is with both of these, they are pulling in information from the Nintendo Switch. And so I was trying to charge this battery, because I have a battery bank on me at all times. It's 65 watt, how many milliamp hours? 20,000. Okay, whatever the heck that means. I have this in my bag at all times. It has a little thing. It tells me how charged it is. It is 37% charged. Great. I should probably charge it. Plugging it into this is pulling out power. So it wouldn't charge this. I don't know if that's with other battery banks. I don't know. But literally, I plug this in, and on this, it says in and out, basically, based on what you're doing. This triggers a pull power. Obviously it's not pulling power, but it wouldn't charge this. And so I had to charge this with my wife's iPhone charger. So that's something to consider when it comes to keeping little bricks in here. And this little Covert Dock Mini did the same thing. And so I keep these in here to charge my devices, not my battery. So I have to find a solution to fix that. But for better or for worse, that's in there. And then I just have a myriad of cables, USB-C to C, A to C, stuff like that. And that's this little cute little baggie. Now, to get into some of the other stuff. I'll do the Switch thing and then we'll get into this. This is the special pack. The special bag right here. Yeah, we'll do the Switch and we'll finish the rest of this stuff after the Switch. Because the Switch comes with a couple things. And those couple things I'll just bring onto the table so that they're here. So the Nintendo Switch 2, I decided to purchase all of the stuff from Savage Raven, which used to be Skull & Co. Why do you say I purchased it? Was it an ethical thing? No, I emailed them like 15 times and they never got back to me, so I had to buy it. It's fine. All this together, what you're looking at, minus this is under $50. This right now on sale. So this Lodi I'm about to show you, under $50. This is extra for those of you who are curious about it, and I'll talk about that in a second. So I just released a video about Genki stuff. I don't like putting cases on my Nintendo Switch. This was something I said. I will now say that there is a case I am willing to use because I used it for literally at least a dozen hours over the course of 4 days. It is Savage Raven's grip case. And the reason why, so I have nothing here. I don't know why they decided to go down this way. I do not like this. I don't want this here. I'm not going to put anything here. This is a cloth because it adds pressure, downward pressure on the Switch. No, don't do that. Give me a revision of this, Savage Raven, where you have it all the way across. We don't want this. Us gamers don't want this, okay? No. One detail that I liked is this is hook and loop, right? Velcro. This part's the rough part. This part's the soft part. Because this sometimes hits it won't scratch it because it's the soft part. And this is really soft, okay? And also because this is a nice snug fit, it doesn't ease, well, I guess the weight would, but it's a snug fit in here and it's nice that you have this little pull tab to pull this out. So this is the case. The reason why I said I didn't like the case before was because of Genki's, was because there was a rattle. This doesn't have as much of a rattle. So what I can do is take this out, place this in here, and I can cinch this down pretty well. And there's a little bit of lateral rattle, but there's no up and down. It is cinched in place. And that for me, a lot of peace of heart. Peace of mind? It calms the, I don't know. It's not perfect, but this The only case I'm using so far by all of the companies, with the exception of this, again, we'll talk about this in a second, is Tomtok's case is snug to the Switch Naked. I have decided to, when I'm on the go, I use this. Yes, I do. And it doesn't dock. It won't dock. It's as easy. You slip it in, click, click, it's on. And what's nice about this is it stands up by itself. And for me, I didn't think this was a big deal until I started playing Donkey Kong Land, or not Donkey Kong Country with the controller, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is great. Yes, it has a kickstand, but this feels better. That kickstand, I don't want to keep opening and closing it. This feels good. And the nice nature of this, it's sleek, it's not super big, and it doesn't dramatically change the actual look in the form factor. Now this way you have some of this going on, very, very comfortable, naturally place the hands, but this way there's some around the edges, but it doesn't dramatically change the silhouette with some of the big features that you see with the handles, which I don't like. And so this for me actually is my happy medium. I didn't think I'd like it as much. After using it all weekend, I do like it. I don't know if I'll always put it on, but this as it stands is a great solution. Like I'm using this. I'm absolutely using this. Now, if you want to spend an extra like 12 bucks, they have 3 colors, you can buy this and you can get a much cheaper version of the kill switch. This is just a hard case and you're good. It's done, right? It's safe, protected. And I think it looks pretty freaking cool, honestly. I definitely like the way this looks. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how often I'm going to use this. I don't. But for 10 bucks on my shipping order, I was like, I'll just throw it in because why not? It won't stand anymore when you do this, at least not well. And there are a couple things I don't love about it. All of the exhaust ports are exposed. And so if you are going to throw this into a bag with other rattling stuff, there's potential for dust and debris to get into those exhaust ports. That's kind of up to you whether or not you trust that. I like the way this looks. I might do this around the house with my kids. Nice little protective case. I might do this if I'm throwing this in. Maybe. I don't know when I would do this. This might have just been an impulse buy, right? 10 bucks, throw it on there, whatever, cool looking little thing. And the question that I'm going to be asked, does it fit together? It doesn't. It doesn't. This case just fits the actual Switch with either the grip case on or the grip case off. That is pretty much what its intended purpose is. Now, there's this little guy right here, right? This little guy, I was like, okay, let's give this a look. This is just a hard snap case. That's all it is. It carries nothing but the Switch, right? And taking this on and off, some people might find it annoying. Me personally, I don't really care. It's quick, it's easy, and it's soft enough that it's not scratching my Switch. And if my Switch gets scratched, I really don't care. It fits the Switch perfectly. There's a little bit of pressure on it to keep it in place. Snap it shut, and you have a really, really, really low profile case. Literally nothing else but this. This is all you have. And for some, this might be good. This is, I don't know. What does it say? Simple case for Switch 2 is what it's called. So this is the grip case. This is the whatever. Hard. They come in 3 different colors. I wanted the denim one, but it was on back order, so I got this. But these are the Savage Raven offerings. I don't know if it still works, but at one point I had an affiliate link with them. So if you'd like to try it, if you want to buy these items, Julian Melnick, I don't know if it's still valid. They haven't gotten back to me. Okay, I don't know, and I'll let you know. You get 10% off. And I make 6% of the total sale. That's my cut. Okay? There you go. Transparency. Is this waterproof? Dude, were you kidding me? It's okay to start breathing again. So this is the Switch setup. Now there's more stuff in here that we'll get into. I'm not using this. I will not use this. I don't like it. Okay? So that's a no-no for Dada. This I do like. I do like this. I like this a lot. I like this a ton. And then, of course, this case right here, super, super soft, and I do like the way it looks. You can unclip this if you want a little day bag, but come on, who's going to do that? So, we have all of this stuff. Now, let's continue. There's more goodies. Okay, so what else do I have in my bag? So, let's bring back the GR1 again. Let's open it up. What's great about GR1s is I feel like when you see someone else with a GR1 in the wild, you're like, you get it. You get it. Bad choices. There's also like Molly in here to like attach stuff, which is really, really great. The last few items as we round out this video is going to be, oh, and there's also like attachments on the side, whatever, is going to be this. This is in there right now. I don't know how long I can keep this in here. I am indeed still trying to play more. Yes, Street Fighter 6. I'm into it. I really am into it. I've been playing it on the demo. I've been having fun, and this works directly in the top USB-C ports. You boot into the Switch side of this, and it works plugged in to USB-C on the Switch or plugged in to the dock through USB-C to USB-A. It does. Really, really cool. And that is the Hotpad 42. So that's here. That's in that. And that's also in a utility pouch from Chrome as my case, right? This is just a really fun little side project. Something I'm having fun with. I'm having fun trying to get good at a Street Fighter game. Why Street Fighter? I don't know. It's fun. Kind of nostalgic in some ways. Battery bank, generic, whatever you want. This one is by Basus. There's plenty out there. You pick your poison. I have no sponsored links or anything. This is a must-have for me. You guys know that flatties are for daddies, right? And I'm a daddy, and so I drink a flatty. And a flatty is a flat white. This is my Yeti flat white cup. And we all know that Yeti for days. It's always Yeti. And I'll show you my daily water bottle. This I just have in my bag. And when I go to a coffee shop, I just give them this. And they know what to give me. It says flat white on it, right? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. In this back pouch, this laptop pouch, I don't bring my laptop with me because when am I ever gonna work? Come on. I have whatever the current volume of the manga I'm reading. So right now I'm going through Naruto. Couldn't get through Dragon Ball Z Super. It is too weird and just so bizarre all the time. And so I'm reading through Naruto right now. I'm on the second volume of Naruto. It's great so far. This is the little special flex pouch. This one, I wish that TomTalk still sold this. This is a Ahsoka Lego from my father. I wish that they still sold this. They unfortunately don't still sell this. And so you're gonna have to figure out your own case. In here, I have some really fun goodies. And so goodie number one is I do indeed carry on me an analog pocket with currently Pokemon Emerald. I also have a flex game, which is yes, Pokemon Yellow. Those are the two games I'm playing right now, and they're great. In here, I have my irresponsibly filled Nintendo Switch physical. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 total games can be here, and I have 4 of these. I shouldn't be carrying 13, one in the chamber. I shouldn't be carrying 13 cartridges. Very, very, very unwise. If this gets lost, this is, let's say on average, $40 a game. How much is 13 times 4? $520? That is not wise to hold all these. But here are my games that I'm currently have with me. And if you care to know which ones they are, you can pause to see the games that I have here. But these are all the games. And then this is the thing that I think is the most controversial part of my bag loadout. Headphones. Now I do use AirPods because I'm an iPhone user and they are the best. No one can touch AirPod, Mac, iPad, Apple TV, and iPhone integration. No one can touch that. So, AirPods with the Nintendo Switch 2? No. AirPods with the Nintendo Switch 1? No. AirPods or any sort of wireless with Nintendo? No. No, no, I do not do it. I will not do it. I refuse to do it. I have nice Audio Technica headphones worth a couple $100. No. I have gaming headphones worth a couple $100. No. What is this crazy Papa bringing with him? I will show you right now. Are they in-ear monitors? No. These are Sony. Do they have the name of them on there? I don't even think they have the name of them on there. No. These are like $10 headphones from Amazon. Little itty bitties. And you want to know why? This has one feature that no other actual headphone that I own has. Are you ready? Are you ready for that one feature? You ready? Only kids in the 2000s will know this feature. Here we go. There it is. There it is. I'm a dad who the heck do I think I am, putting big old cans on my head and hoping that nobody comes up to me and taps me on the shoulder? No, I have to have a head on a swivel at all times. Even if I'm able to play by myself, if I'm laying in bed next to my kids and I am there just trying to get my hour of gaming in while one of them falls asleep during nap time when I'm at the beach cottages, if I'm doing that, what do I want to do, Liz? Do I want to have games going? No, because my daughter's going to hear it. And she's going to be like, Dada, what are you playing? I want to watch it. And I'm going to be like, of course you want to watch it. It's super exciting. I need to have these little guys. And so these guys are great because they plug directly into my Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo Switch still has a 3.5 millimeter jack. You know what else they plug into? My analog pocket. Yeah, as simple as that. You know what they don't plug into? My iPhone, which I have covered because, say it with me, folks, AirPod Pros. It's as simple as that. That's literally the most controversial thing I have are a pair of cheap $12 headphones from Sony. And I chose those. I used to use Inked, which is Skull Candy. No, I went with Sony. Why these ones? Do they have a specific audio profile? No. They just have enough bass behind them that it doesn't sound like I'm listening to something through a straw. They sound fine. Do I need to hear the audio mix of Breath of the Wild while I'm on vacation? No, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. And if I need to do that, I can pick up my Audio-Technica. I don't even know what these are. Let's grab them so you can see. These are much, much nicer. These are my nice headphones. These are the Audio-Technica ATH M50X BT2s. These are the second Bluetooth model that now have USB-C. They have Bluetooth, and they are also wired, which I actually, when I use them with the Nintendo Switch, I use wired. I don't, and I'm going to tell you right now as time goes on more and more and more, I hate AI, and I don't like wireless things. It's as simple as that. Yes, and you're like, well, JD, what about the what is it, AirPod Pros? I consider, yes, they're wireless. They're wireless, I get it, but I use them not for listening to music, because when I listen to music, it's on speakers. I use them for very, very specific things. Talking on the phone. It is an extension of myself when I'm using the phone. I have my phone, which is right there, and I don't want to be holding it. And so I have the AirPods in. If the wired headphones were still a thing that were actually worth buying, and I didn't have kids everywhere, then I would just use those. And I did almost exclusively talk on the phone. I almost never. I will miss a phone call because I'm looking for my AirPods. I won't answer the phone like this if I don't have to, because I just don't want to have that situation with the telephone. But when it comes to anything else, it's wired. Wired or bust. I do not like Bluetooth when it comes to listening to music. I don't like any of it. I go wired in. I know it seems weird that with phone calls, I'm so particular about it, but it just is what it is. I don't think I just holding it that way. Anyway, that's my EDC. Oh, wearables. People ask, what kind of watch is that? This is the Timex Expedition Indiglo. It has a little light. Why am I wearing a Timex when I had a Garmin Fenix 7X Sapphire watch? Because I am sick of being plugged in all the time. And so I'm trying to be the least plugged in possible. That's really crazy because I just talked about how I wanted to be plugged in. You get what I'm saying though. I'm sick of always being attached to my technology. And so instead of being attached to my technology on my wrist, always getting notifications, I just have my watch. And so this tells my time. It also tells me what day it is. And then there's a light that I can shine to brighten up at night if I need to know what time it is because I woke up for some reason at 4 a.m, right? And then on this wrist is my Whoop strap because I like health data because I'm trying to be extremely healthy. And yes, I pay their stupid price monthly. But I do indeed use the Whoop strap, which I'll include a link below for you because I have a referral code, which everyone gets. And if you want to try Whoop, it just tracks your health data. You can do it for a month for free. And then I get a month for free. And so you'll end up saving me $30. And if like 30 of you want to do it, you can save me a lot of money. You don't have to. But if you want to, feel free to try it out. This has nothing to, I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. And they're not even the best one out there. I just have been using them for a very long time. And they work well with CrossFit style workouts, which I don't do right now. I'm doing boring old bodybuilding. That's my EDC. That's everything. I think that's everything. My pockets, Now that's everything. If you want to know what I normally wear, Japanese denim on the lower and a cheap overshirt. This is a extra large undershirt from Target. Black. All right. Go Mariners, play more, and be kind. Cheers.